Napoleon Bonaparte and Vladimir Putin, two of history's greatest emperors. At least that's what Napoleon and Putin think of themselves. We already know what Napoleon is famous for. But what about Putin? Is he also a great emperor in the making? Or will his invasion of Ukraine end up being a historic blunder? Let's look at both sides. Let's start with Napoleon. He was the master of Europe. His empire stretched from the Atlantic Ocean to the Urals. Today, that same territory is divided between 18 different countries. So what made Napoleon so successful? Well, according to historians, it was his military genius. Napoleon was an excellent tactician and strategist. He knew how to take advantage of his enemy's weaknesses. He also kept his eye on the ball at all times. There was no room for complacency in Napoleon's army. He was always looking for ways to improve and adapt. And this is why the French emperor was so successful in battle. He was also a great leader of men. His soldiers loved him and were prepared to go through hell and back for him. But Napoleon's greatness didn't just stop at his military achievements. He was also a brilliant administrator. He knew how to organize and manage his empire. One of Napoleon's most lasting legacies is the Napoleonic Code, a comprehensive set of laws that he introduced in France. The code was based on the Enlightenment ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity. It abolished feudalism and serfdom and introduced a merit-based society. Napoleon was also a great builder. He built roads, bridges, and canals throughout his empire. He also built schools and hospitals. In fact, Napoleon was the first modern dictator to come to power in Western Europe. He introduced many new ideas and reforms that helped to modernize France and other European countries. Now let's turn to Vladimir Putin. How does he compare to Napoleon? Well, like Napoleon, Putin is a master tactician. He has been in power for more than 2 decades and has managed to maintain a grip on power despite numerous challenges. He has crushed his opponents, both inside and outside of Russia. And he has built a powerful military machine that has made Russia a major player on the world stage once again. Putin has also been a master of propaganda. He has used the media to control the narrative and shape public opinion in Russia. He has also been very effective at playing the nationalist card. Putin has presented himself as a strong man who can be relied upon to protect Russian interests. This has been especially effective in the former Soviet republics, where many people still view Russia as a big brother. However, unlike Napoleon, Putin's empire is not based on any grand ideology. There is no Putinism or Putino code to speak of. And this is one of the reasons why Putin's empire is unlikely to last as long as Napoleon's did. Another reason is that Putin is not as charismatic a leader as Napoleon was. While Putin is undoubtedly popular in Russia, this is largely due to his image as a strong man. Outside of Russia, however, Putin is viewed much more negatively. And this is because Putin has not been able to achieve any major foreign policy victories. On the contrary, his invasion of Ukraine has been a disaster. It has isolated Russia even further on the world stage and has done little to advance Putin's interests. So who is the greater emperor, Napoleon or Putin? Well, it's too early to say for sure. However, we can say that Napoleon was a far more talented and accomplished leader than Putin. Napoleon's empire may have been larger and longer lasting than Putin's ever will be. Napoleon was also a far more respected and feared leader on the world stage. Ultimately, it is Napoleon who is the true master of Europe. Putin is nothing more than an aspiring emperor who will never match the greatness of Napoleon. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave us a like and comment below to let us know what you think. And if you haven't already, please subscribe so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching.